What's up everyone, it's Bruce Waha. Hope y'all are having a good day. On this episode of Wingman Wednesday, we're going to be talking about re-enlistment. Now there are plenty of reasons why a person would re-enlist or choose to separate out of the military. I'm just going to share my top 5 reasons of why I re-enlisted and sharing some of my experience with you all. But before we go any further, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing here at Wild at Heart. Alright, let's get into it. Now you're reaching that window. You're not sure if you want to re-enlist, if you want to get out of the military. You're going over it in your head, the do's, the don'ts, the pros, the cons, all of it, and it is a lot to take in. For people like myself that join the military later, it's actually a much easier decision. And the people that join later often have a lot more life experience. They've worked out in the real world, and they understand all the complications of being a civilian. And oftentimes, people that are in the military forget about all the little things that they have to pay for that they don't have to pay for while they're in the military. For instance, personally, before I joined the military, I was a bartender and a restaurant manager. Now my paycheck was inconsistent, but on average, I took home about what an E5 makes monthly. But I had no benefits, so anything that came up, I had to pay out of pocket or had to pay a very high premium on insurance. You also think about where your next meal is going to come from, how you're going to purchase groceries, rent. There are a multitude of things that you simply forget about while you're in the military that civilians have to pay. Now don't get me wrong, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but I do whatever I want. Yeah, you do. But you're gonna pay for it too. And that brings me to topic number 1, education and finances. Now I came in with a degree already, which means I have some student loans that I'm paying off. However, the Soldiers and Sailors Act helps alleviate that burden. But you will have that education benefit to help you out since you are a military veteran. But once again, like I mentioned, all those little bills that you don't think about are sitting there waiting for you every month. And while you're in the military, just get as much education done as you can. Because once you get out, you're going to have the Soldiers and Sailors Act, you're going to have your education benefits, and you're going to have other grants that are given to you. However, you can't anticipate what life's going to throw at you. So why not just get it all done while you're in? So once again, education taken care of for in the military. Finances set you up right in the military. Now you can be a civilian and have all your finances taken care of, and people that I know that have separated out of the military tell me the same thing. You have to work twice as hard, but you get to do what you want. So in the end, it's really just up to you. Alright, number 2, traveling. Now while you're in the military, you can constantly PCS, you can deploy, you can go TDY, you have all these travel arrangements that can be paid for. And oftentimes on the civilian side, traveling is just a luxury that some people can't afford. I remember having to save up a whole year just to take a small vacation within the US. So if you're completing your first enlistment and you've only been to one base, my recommendation to you is re-enlist. You can have that second opportunity to really travel. I know that was a big thing for my re-enlistment, and I'm definitely glad that I did. And like I mentioned in a previous video, don't let a bad supervisor or a bad experience at your first base deter you from having an opportunity to travel around the world and see different places. Go ahead and re-enlist, volunteer for that remote assignment, and then after that, and you never know where you're going to go from there. And number 3 on the list are the different challenges you're going to face immediately if you separate. And oftentimes you already know that in the military, it's not do what you want, it's do as you're told. And though as a civilian, that is flipped around. But that also means that you have no second chances. Oftentimes you get one chance on the civilian side and you can find yourself in a bad situation real fast. And as soon as you get out, you're going to be starting over. That means housing, that means employment, that means medical, dental, all the different things that were just given to you in the military. You now got to account for those, you now got to plan for them, and hopefully, if you are indeed planning to separate, you took care of that stuff well in advance. If you're a year out from your DOS and you haven't gotten that stuff figured out, my advice to you is just go ahead and sign up to raise your right hand one more time. That brings me to number 4 on the list, pay and benefits. Now when I came in as an E3, and that was a huge pay cut from what I was receiving as a civilian. What that forced me to do was become more intelligent in my finances and stick to a budget. And every year you're getting a raise, and at least every other year you have that opportunity to promote, which means a bump in your pay. That is something that is very rare on the civilian side. You could go into law enforcement, first responders, firefighters, any of those jobs may have those opportunities, but the majority of the civilian sector will not have any of that available for you. And finally, number 5, opportunity. When you get out of the military, you will have more education opportunity than a lot of your peers. At the very least, the military is going to help you pay for that education. A lot of the civilians will have to be applying for grants, have to be applying for loans, doing whatever they can to pay for their education. While you're in, your education's paid for. If life changes your interest, then your education can change to those interests with little or no cost to you. So your opportunity to broaden your education in the military is actually much more beneficial than getting out on the civilian side. On traveling, we talked about this earlier, but on the civilian side, I know personally, I saved for a whole year just to take a small trip to the next state over or within the state. In the military, traveling is just part of the job. PCSing, TDYs, deployments, leaving route, grabbing a hop from here to there. I mean, their travel opportunities are endless. Just gotta know the processes and the procedures. And last for opportunity, training. On the civilian side, any kind of additional training, any training that you want to do in general is at cost to you. However, while you're in the military, ask your supervisor, ask your superintendent. If you're interested in a specific type of training, there's a good chance that you can go on it. And like I mentioned before, if life changes your interest, there's always cross-training into a new job. I know plenty of people that have cross-trained from maintainer to medic, from security forces to medic, from medic to different kind of medic. Yeah. Honestly, medics just cross-train to be other kinds of medics, or they just commission. But the opportunity is there. Now, if you're one of those people that have had a solid plan since you first enlisted, thank you for your service, Godspeed, and good luck. But if you're still unsure about any of it, talk to other veterans, talk to people that have separated, talk to people that have re-enlisted, talk to your supervisor, talk to as many people that you trust as you feel necessary to make this decision. Because it is a big decision, and your life will be different after. And I get it. I understand it. I've talked to plenty of people that have served 10, 13, 15 years. Whenever it's time to get out, it's time to get out. Well guys, that wraps it up for me here. Now, it's your turn. If you separated out of the military or you chose to re-enlist, be sure to share advice, your key points, or just your personal perspective down in the comments below. Well guys, I hope you found that information beneficial. Thanks for stopping by Wingman Wednesdays. I'm Bruce Luwaha asking, hey, where's your wingman? I'll take it easy.